Welcome everyone. I'm thrilled to help you learn. Today's topic is all about making sure our smart technology, like AI, treats everyone fairly and with respect. You see, these clever programs learn from the vast amounts of human-made information we provide them. If that historical data contains existing societal prejudices or incomplete views, the AI can unfortunately absorb those biases and sometimes even make them stronger. Imagine an AI designed to help with loan applications. If it only learned from past approvals given to certain groups, it might inadvertently disadvantage others. Our crucial task is to actively shape these digital tools so they truly serve and include everyone, promoting equity rather than deepening old divides. Let me introduce you to a really crucial idea: how powerful AI can sometimes develop a skewed perspective, much like a person with a blind spot. Imagine you're teaching a robot everything it knows by showing it thousands of pictures, but you only ever show it pictures of cats, never dogs. When it eventually sees a dog, it might be totally confused, or worse, incorrectly label it as a cat. Our smart programs learn from the examples we give them, and if those examples are incomplete, reflect existing societal inequalities, or are weighted unfairly, the AI will unfortunately carry forward those same lopsided views into its decisions. It's not malicious, but a direct reflection of the information it was fed, leading to some genuinely unfair or incorrect outcomes in the real world. Let me explain how machines can sometimes be unfair. It's not that the computer itself chooses to be biased. Rather, the underlying issues often reside in its initial programming instructions or the data it was trained on. Imagine a cookie recipe with a flawed ingredient. Every batch will consistently turn out poorly for certain palates, perhaps too sweet for some or not sweet enough for others. These kinds of consistent errors aren't accidental. They're deeply embedded, creating outcomes that predictably favor or disadvantage specific groups. The real concern is how this process can amplify existing societal inequalities on a massive scale, essentially hardwiring historical unfairness into our automated future. Let me help you understand why artificial intelligence can sometimes show unfairness. Imagine an AI system as a new student learning everything it knows from a giant library of historical records. If those records primarily reflect the experiences and perspectives of one group, or if they contain old societal prejudices, the AI unfortunately absorbs those biases too. It's like teaching a child only one version of history. They'll develop a skewed viewpoint. So if a system designed to recognize faces was mainly trained on images of light-skinned men, it might struggle severely or even fail when encountering someone with different features. These small initial imbalances then spread widely, impacting countless individuals unfairly. Let's discover why even smart systems can sometimes get things wrong. Imagine teaching a computer to recognize faces, but only showing it pictures of people with lighter skin tones. When it then encounters someone with a darker complexion, especially a woman, it often fumbles, struggling more to identify them correctly. This isn't because the technology is inherently flawed, but because the classroom it learned in, the information it was fed, didn't include enough diverse examples. If a system doesn't learn from a wide range of faces, it simply can't perform fairly for everyone, leading to real-world inaccuracies for certain groups. Now let's dive into how artificial intelligence, despite its immense potential, often mirrors the imbalances we already see in our world. Think of it this way: AI learns from vast amounts of information, much of which reflects our past. If that historical information carries biases, perhaps showing certain groups less often or portraying them negatively due to societal unfairness, the AI absorbs and repeats those patterns. Furthermore, if the datasets omit specific communities entirely, the technology can effectively overlook them. Plus, the perspectives of those who create these algorithms are crucial. A homogeneous group might unintentionally build in their own blind spots, making the system less equitable for everyone. This can inadvertently amplify existing societal divides. Let me introduce you to a really important idea in the world of smart technology: making sure our artificial brains work justly for every single person. Imagine you're building a new tool. Fairness means that tools should never, ever discriminate or show prejudice based on who you are. Then there's equity, which goes a step further. It acknowledges that not everyone starts from the same place. So if someone needs a boost to reach the same level of opportunity as others, the system should intelligently provide that, rather than just treating everyone identically. Finally, inclusion ensures that all voices and backgrounds are considered from the very beginning, so these technologies truly benefit everyone and nobody gets left out. It's about designing a future where everyone thrives with AI. Now let's dive into what it truly means for our intelligent systems to operate ethically and justly. It's a bit more nuanced than simply avoiding obvious biases. First, there's basic fairness, which means the technology shouldn't unfairly favor or disadvantage anyone based on personal attributes like their heritage or age. But then we introduce equity, which goes a step further, acknowledging that some groups face historical hurdles. This sometimes means offering extra resources or tailored support to help everyone achieve genuine equality of outcome, not just equal treatment. And finally, inclusion is about ensuring that the varied experiences and voices of those impacted by the technology are at the heart of its creation from day one, shaping its direction and purpose. It's about designing solutions with the community, not just for them. Let's look at why having a mix of perspectives is so powerful. Imagine you're building a new app. If everyone on the team has a similar background, they might miss crucial issues or unknowingly build in assumptions that exclude certain users. But when you bring together people with different life experiences, they point out those blind spots early on, preventing unfairness before it even reaches the public. We've seen this in healthcare, where diagnostic software, trained mainly on data from men, has tragically missed women's heart conditions, costing lives. The truth is, when we intentionally design with everyone in mind, not just the average user, the result is something that genuinely works better for a far broader spectrum of people, enhancing access and experience for all. Let's unpack how an artificial intelligence, despite its incredible computational power, can unfortunately pick up and perpetuate unfairness that impacts people's lives directly. It's not about the machine intentionally being malicious. Rather, these systems often learn from vast historical datasets that inherently reflect existing societal imbalances and prejudices. Imagine an AI designed to approve loan applications. If its training data predominantly features approvals for one demographic while denying others, the system might learn to replicate that pattern, even if the denied applicants are perfectly creditworthy. This creates tangible, sometimes devastating, hurdles for individuals, reinforcing existing inequalities in areas from hiring to healthcare, often without clear human oversight. Let me show you a really important issue we're seeing in healthcare tech. Imagine computer programs designed to spot heart trouble. Many of them have primarily learned from information about male patients. The challenge is, women's heart attack symptoms often present quite differently from men's. So when these systems encounter a woman, they might struggle to recognize the warning signs, leading to critical delays in diagnosis. This means women unfortunately get the crucial help they need much later, sometimes even receiving the wrong treatment, which heartbreakingly increases their risk of severe outcomes. It's a clear example of how biased training data can put lives at risk. Let's break down how the clever algorithms companies use to screen job applicants can unintentionally perpetuate old problems. These smart systems are often trained on historical hiring data, meaning they absorb all the past human biases and preferences that might have favored certain demographics. Think of it like a student learning from a biased teacher. The student repeats those biases. This can lead to situations where, say, a candidate's perceived background, or even just their name might unfairly cause the system to overlook them. Ultimately, this automation creates real barriers, limiting access to opportunities for marginalized communities and further expanding economic disparities. Now let's dive into how relying on technology for public safety can sometimes hit a snag. Imagine giving a computer program years of old reports to predict where future issues might arise. The catch is, if those past records reflect a history where certain areas, often those with minority populations, simply had more police presence, leading to more minor arrests, then the computer will learn to see those places as inherently riskier. It's like training an AI on a skewed dataset. This often means the system then suggests even more attention for these already heavily scrutinized communities, inadvertently creating a loop where increased policing leads to more arrests, reinforcing the initial bias. Ultimately, this erodes trust and makes genuine community partnership much harder to build. Let's examine how something seemingly helpful, like using AI to guide police patrols, can inadvertently amplify old problems. Imagine if the computer learns from years of patrol logs that disproportionately focused on certain neighborhoods, not because they were inherently more criminal, but because human officers historically concentrated their efforts there. The AI, in its pursuit of efficiency, might then just suggest sending more officers to those same areas. It's not truly predicting where new issues will pop up, It's just reflecting where attention has always been. This effectively takes past human biases and hardwires them into a super efficient system, making existing inequalities much larger and harder to undo. Now let's dive into something pretty concerning that impacts many creators online: the hidden ways digital platforms can be unfair. Imagine these complex computer programs designed to keep things appropriate, but they sometimes misinterpret what they see. What's happening is that these systems often disproportionately flag female bodies or expressions as inappropriate, even when similar content from male creators sails right through. This can lead to what feels like your work vanishing into thin air. Your posts get much less visibility, sometimes without any explanation. This phenomenon hits certain groups especially hard, like women of color and LGBTQ+ individuals, severely impacting their ability to connect with their audience and even their income. It's a systemic issue, not just a few bad apples, and it really shows how bias can creep into technology. Let me introduce you to the fascinating, yet critical challenge of ensuring our smart computer systems treat everyone justly. Imagine you're teaching a robot to make decisions, but you only show it pictures from one perspective or give it instructions full of subtle favoritism. The robot will naturally develop those same skewed viewpoints, leading to unfair results when it interacts with the real world. That's why we dedicate so much effort to spotting and correcting these digital blind spots. It means carefully reviewing the information these systems learn from, and making sure their decision-making processes are designed to be equitable for all, not just a select few. Ultimately, it's about making sure technology helps uplift everyone, rather than accidentally perpetuating old prejudices. Let me show you how we truly build AI that's fair for everyone. It's a continuous process, much like tending a garden to ensure healthy growth. First, we're extremely careful about the seeds we plant, meaning the data we feed the AI. It must represent every corner of society, reflecting the true diversity of people. Otherwise, the AI learns a skewed view. Second, we equip the AI with internal tools, almost like a built-in compass, that helps it actively identify and correct unfair patterns as it develops. Before anything goes live, we put it through rigorous stress tests across various groups to catch any lingering biases. And even after it's deployed, we maintain constant vigilance because an AI can drift. We continually monitor its performance, ready to retrain and adjust if new issues surface. Let me show you how we can make artificial intelligence truly work for everyone. First, imagine a helpful friend who not only gives you advice but also clearly explains why they suggest something. That's what we need from AI, systems that show their reasoning, not just give an answer. This way, if a decision impacts someone, they can understand it and even ask questions. Second, think of traffic laws. We need similar guides for AI. Governments and businesses must set clear standards for ethical design, check for fairness, and hold creators responsible for any harm. Finally, and crucially, the voices of people most affected by these systems, particularly groups often unheard, must be at the table. They should help steer how AI is built and deployed, ensuring it serves all of us fairly. Let me explain how we can build truly responsible AI. It fundamentally involves embedding our core values right from the start, prioritizing what's good for people and society over simply chasing money or speed. And it's not just a tech problem. We need all kinds of perspectives at the table: developers, philosophers, social experts, and especially folks whose lives will be directly touched. This diverse input helps us spot and fix any potential issues right away. Crucially, AI's advantages must extend to everyone, ensuring it genuinely uplifts diverse groups, rather than just enriching those already well off. Let's get into how we can shape artificial intelligence for good. Think of AI like a powerful amplifier. It can either magnify existing unfairness or help correct it, depending entirely on the careful choices we make during its creation. Simply being aware of these potential pitfalls isn't enough. We have to actively search out any inherent prejudices, bake in safeguards, and ensure these systems are held accountable for their actions. Ultimately, bringing about truly just and inclusive technology is a shared journey, requiring collaboration from everyone, from those designing it to those setting policies and the communities it serves. That concludes our session for today. Thank you for your focus, and I hope this was beneficial for you.